Live at 4, this is 13 News Now.
All right, we start tonight with what everyone's talking about, from Texas to the Northeast. Snow, an unusual sight for this time of the year in College Station, just northwest of Houston, where this video is from.
Beautiful images there. That same weather system pushed into Virginia today. Check out this video from out west. Snowflakes falling in Henry County, just west of Danville.
And this system is a reason for the rain popping up on our local radar right now.
That rain is not going anywhere anytime soon. Let's check it out with Jeff.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about this storm literally for over a week. It's all working out. Of course, something could change, but right now it is still looking like mainly a rainstorm here in our immediate area. You get out in the far western parts of the viewing area and you're going to see more of a mix and maybe even some accumulation. It'll be a very sharp drop off from heavy accumulations in central Virginia to no accumulations again through much of our area. Even right now, for example, Regina and I were just talking. Her daughter in Richmond said it is snowing, but at the airport, which is right about in there, remember, this is a radar estimation of where it is snowing, and it thinks at the airport right there that it is barely into the snow. Well, last time I looked a half an hour ago, they had only had rain throughout the day. So we are seeing rain, moderate at times. That rain snow line sort of jumps around. You know, in some cases it is snowing until it gets down even to a few hundred feet, and then it is again turning into rain. So the radar does the best job it can at estimating what is rain and what is snow. Out there right now, a cold 41 degrees. It feels even colder with that wind. Feels like the 30s with the wind chill, but again, it is all rain. There is no snow out there, so just rain for most areas for tonight and even into tomorrow. But by tomorrow, the mix that is well inland during the day Saturday is going to move east throughout the day and may even reach the coastline for much, again, of sort of the 7 cities, the metro area. Little to no accumulation, but that could certainly be different and probably will be north and west. Depends on how far north and west you are talking in terms of what kind of an accumulation you will see. We'll show more on that in a few minutes. But for this evening and into the overnight, just rain, a cold rain. We'll have a lot more coming up.
All right, Jeff, thank you. And even though we may not see snow this weekend, some events are already being canceled as a precaution. Portsmouth's Children's Christmas Parade and Old Town Holiday Music Festival are on that list. The city did not announce when they'll be rescheduled. Instead, they apologize for the inconvenience and welcome people to join the festivities next year. All right, and all high school football championship games have been postponed. They'll be played Sunday instead. Oscar Smith will play its game against Westfield at 4:30 at Hampton University. All right, Mother Nature may spare us the winter blast this time, but we probably won't get a pass all season. And you don't want to scramble for salt or shovels right before a big snowstorm hits. 13 News Now reporter Elise Brown spoke to experts about what you should be doing right now.
Last January, the snowstorm rush hit Taylor's Dewitt Center on Colley Avenue in Norfolk. People trying to get supplies at the last minute. Store manager George Wolf remembers lines wrapped around the store as people waited for more stock. He picked up salt and 144 shovels from Virginia Beach, and on the way back,
I had several people blowing their horns at me saying, "Hey, stop, I'll buy a shovel, I'll pay you twice the amount," you know. So, you know, I shook my head and I said, "You can follow me, but I'm not stopping."
As we get more into winter, Wolf suggests people not wait to the last minute to get items like shovels.
You have one, have it in your garage or in your shed, one thing or another. Salt, it don't go bad. There's no shelf life on it, so buy you a bag or two earlier when it's in stock.
It's also a good idea to get ice scrapers and leave one in your car. This one is attached to a mitten so your hands don't get cold. A frost guard also makes ice and snow removal from your car a bit easier.
It straps onto your side view mirrors in the morning, or you know, go do is go out there, undo the straps, pull it off, you got a clear windshield.
So whatever you decide to pick up, the point is do it sooner rather than later. That way on snowy days, instead of standing in long lines to buy snow supplies, you can sit home and enjoy hot chocolate with the family. In Norfolk, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
We have a crime alert out of Norfolk. Residents at an apartment complex in Westgate say their packages were stolen, emptied, then trashed Near a dumpster, someone found the empty packages ripped up behind the Mallory Country Club and reported it to police. 13 News now learned the packages came from an apartment on Westover Avenue. We talked to two victims who were hoping their packages were just lost, not stolen.
It's irritating, but and it did occur to me I need to be cautious now, alerting people who might be sending me packages.
I didn't want to believe that it was stolen, but because I know there were some signs on the doors recently where people were like, somebody stole our stuff. And
police do not have any suspect information at this time. If you know anything about the theft, call the crime line. Well, porch pirates aren't the only threat you should be aware of this gift-giving season. Coming up at 4:30, one community is doing to keep you safe, exchanging gifts in person with a stranger.
Happening right now, a last-minute push hoping to help people enroll in coverage under the Affordable Care Act. And Enrollment Fest in Hampton is underway ahead of next Friday's deadline. 13 News Now reporter Megan Shin joins us live at the event. And how's it going, Megan?
Janet, well, it's going really well out here so far. They opened these doors at the Hampton Roads Convention Center just over an hour ago. As you can see behind me, there are about 15 booths. They're getting all set up, and we've already had some people walk in here, and it's expected to get even more crowded as this evening goes on. But this Enrollment Fest is really just in time for the Affordable Care Act registration deadline.
Oh, this whole weekend is going to be a big weekend.
There's 1 week left to register for the Affordable Care Act. So this 3-day festival is the solution in Hampton Roads to help you find the best health care plan for you.
People will be able to get face-to-face consultation and help enrolling into a health insurance plan.
This Enrollment Fest is more than just signing up for health care. It's full of information and support.
We have free HIV testing. We're going to have free massages, health screenings, resources here, job opportunities.
Celebrate Healthcare is hosting the event. Galen Ganoiding says she expects over 800 people to show up here at the Hampton Roads Convention Center over the weekend.
Please come out this weekend because we have enough enrollers here, navigators, agents, to help people get the best health insurance for them.
And of course, as we said, we expect more people to show up here throughout the rest of this evening. Now, the Affordable Care Act enrollment was record-breaking just within the first week. And this is also a different year for Affordable Care Act because there are only 45 days in comparison to last year, according to the Trump administration's new regulation. And coming up here at 5 o'clock on 13 News Now, we'll have some tips and some advice that you need to look out for when searching for that health care insurance. Reporting live in Hampton, I'm Megan Shin, 13 News Now.
We have breaking news out of the Middle East. Israeli warplanes have hit Hamas military targets and the Gaza Strip. The attack comes after Palestinian militants fired rockets into Israel. The Palestinian Health Ministry is reporting the attack hurt at least 15 people. Today's airstrikes follow violent clashes between Palestinian protesters and Israeli security forces over President Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital.
Tonight, several law enforcement agencies are investigating what's being called a suspicious fire at the Amazon Fulfillment Center outside Richmond. Employees had to evacuate the facility in Chesterfield when someone noticed smoke coming from a shipping bin. Authorities say the fire wasn't very big, that someone had even put it out before first responders arrived. But investigators have spent hours at the scene, and employees were told not to go to work during the day. Amazon says none of this should impact deliveries.
Before express lanes come to Hampton Roads, they've opened on a busy stretch of highway in northern Virginia, but this hasn't been smooth sailing. The tolls on the I-66 express lanes vary based on the number of the cars on the road. So far, they've been inconsistent and considerably more expensive than drivers were originally told. Now, several members of the House of Delegates are calling for them to be suspended.
But to do one that's completely uncapped and more than double for one way what was promised a two-way fare, it's not ready for prime time, and I think we need to go back to the drawing board and come up with a better solution.
Delegates are also asking for more lanes to be added and for HOV times to be shorter. Now, the tolls were supposed to begin on the I-64 express lanes this month, but they've been pushed back, and now there's confusion about when it will actually start. Coming up tonight on 13 News Now at 5, 13 News Now verifies when tolling is expected to begin.